They thought I was weak because I always said yes. They were wrong. I was just waiting for the right moment to show them what real strength looks like. If you've ever felt like the second choice in your own family, subscribe to this channel. I promise by the end of this story, you'll see that setting boundaries isn't cruelty, it's survival. My phone buzzed at 11:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. I was 3 hours into my night shift at the hospital, my third double that week. The text was from Mom. Madison, Lily and I have discussed this. James's family wants the wedding to be formal and selective. They're only inviting people who fit their circle. You understand, don't you? I stared at the screen, my coffee going cold in my hand. 15 years. 15 years of sacrifice. And this is how it ends, with a text message telling me I'm not good enough. Before I could process it, another text came through. This one from Lily. Don't take it personally, sis. It's James's family's decision. They want to keep the wedding intimate. Besides, you probably don't have anything appropriate to wear anyway. The emoji. She added an emoji. I sat down in the break room, suddenly feeling like I couldn't breathe. Not from sadness, from clarity. Crystal clear, ice-cold clarity about who these people really were. Let me back up. You need to understand how we got here. I was 16 when Dad died. Massive heart attack at 42, gone before the ambulance even arrived. Lily was 8. Mom completely fell apart, spent 6 months barely getting out of bed, couldn't work, couldn't function. Someone had to hold everything together. That someone was me. I dropped out of my junior year plans for AP classes and after-school activities. Got a job at Target, then added weekend shifts at a diner. Mom's depression meant she couldn't work for almost a year. The bills didn't care. The mortgage didn't care. Lily's school fees didn't care. So I cared. I took care of everything. When I graduated high school, I had a full scholarship to State University. Full ride. My guidance counselor cried when she told me the news. Madison, this is your ticket out. You're going to do amazing things. I never went. Mom was still struggling. Lily needed stability. Someone had to be the adult, so I got a full-time job as a medical assistant and took night classes at community college instead. It took me 7 years to finish my associate degree, 7 years of watching my dreams get smaller and smaller. But Lily? Lily got to be a kid. Lily got to join the dance team, go to summer camps, have sleepovers. Lily got private tutoring when she struggled with math. Lily got a sweet 16 party. Lily got everything, and I paid for it. Literally. When Lily was ready for college, Mom sat me down with this look on her face like she was about to ask me to donate a kidney. Madison, honey, Lily got into this wonderful private university. It's perfect for her marketing degree. But it's expensive. Could you help with tuition? Just until I get back on my feet. Back on her feet. Mom had been working part-time at a salon for 3 years by then. She wasn't getting back on her feet. She was comfortable letting me carry the weight. But what was I supposed to say? Let Lily miss out on her dreams because I was tired? So I said yes. I always said yes. I paid $127,000 over 4 years. Every semester I transferred money for tuition, books, housing. Lily went to sorority formals while I worked doubles. She posted Instagram pictures from spring break in Cancun while I picked up extra shifts to cover her emergency expenses. Oh, the emergencies. There were so many emergencies. Madison, my laptop died and I have a huge project due. Can you send $100 to $200? Madison, my roommate wants to do this amazing road trip, but I'm short on gas money. Can you spot me $800? Madison, I charged too much on my credit card this month. Can you cover $2,500? I promise I'll pay you back. She never paid me back. Not once. But I told myself it was fine. Family takes care of family, right? That's what Dad would have wanted. That's what good sisters do. Then Lily met James. James Carter III. Yes, the Roman numeral. His father owned a commercial real estate company. His mother sat on charity boards and pronounced opportunity like it had 17 syllables. Old money, country club money. We summer in the Hamptons money. Lily was 24 and completely starstruck. Suddenly, I wasn't good enough anymore. It started small. Lily stopped inviting me to things. Oh, it's just a small gathering with James's friends, super casual. Then I'd see the Instagram stories. 30 people at a rooftop party, everyone dressed like a J. Crew catalog. Then it got more obvious. We were supposed to have dinner with James's parents. Lily called me the morning of. Hey, so, change of plans. James's parents want it to just be immediate family tonight. You know how it is. I wasn't immediate family anymore. Got it. Mom, of course, took Lily's side. Always. Madison, you have to understand, this is a very important relationship for Lily. James's family is, well, they're particular about appearances. You're still wearing those old scrubs everywhere. Could you maybe try a little harder? Try harder. I was working 60-hour weeks to pay off the debt from Lily's education, and I needed to try harder with my appearance. The final straw came last month. Lily got engaged. Big surprise proposal at some fancy restaurant. Photographer hiding in the bushes. The whole production. She posted 47 photos on social media. She called me 3 days later. Oh my God, Madison, did you see? I'm engaged. Yeah, I saw on Instagram. Congratulations. Thanks. So, we're having an engagement party next weekend. It's going to be amazing. James's parents are hosting at their country club. Okay, what time should I? Oh, about that. It's actually a really exclusive venue. They have a strict guest list. James's parents said we can only bring immediate family and close friends. There it was again. Not immediate enough. Not close enough. I didn't go. Lily didn't even notice. Then came the wedding planning. For months, I heard nothing. No, come help me pick a dress. No, what flowers do you think? Nothing. Until Mom called asking about money. Madison, the venue requires a $15,000 deposit. Do you think you could put it on your credit card? Just temporarily, of course. We'll pay you back. I should have said no. God, I should have said no. But I didn't, because I'm an idiot who still believed that family meant something to them. I gave Mom authorization to use my credit card for the deposit. She said it would just be that one thing. It wasn't just one thing. Over the next 3 months, charges kept appearing. Catering, photography, flowers, a cake that cost more than my monthly rent. Every time I called Mom, she had an excuse. Oh, the caterer needed a deposit right away, or we'd lose them. The photographer is the best in the state, Madison. This is Lily's special day. We'll pay you back after the wedding. James's parents are contributing too. They were lying. James's parents weren't contributing anything. They expected the bride's family to cover everything, and the bride's family meant me. By the time I saw that text at 11:47 p.m., there was $47,000 in wedding expenses on my credit card. $47,000 for a wedding I wasn't invited to. I sat in that break room reading and rereading the messages. The words blurred together. You're not coming to the wedding. They only want people who fit their circle. You probably don't have anything appropriate to wear. Something inside me cracked. Not broke. Cracked. Like ice on a frozen lake when the temperature shifts. I typed out my response carefully. One sentence. So you chose status over blood? I hit send. Then I smiled. They had no idea what was coming. I waited until morning. Did my whole shift, professional as always. Helped a scared teenager with her first pap smear. Held an elderly man's hand while the doctor explained his cancer diagnosis. Stayed 90 minutes late because we were short-staffed. Then I went home, showered, and made a phone call. Thank you for calling Capital Bank. This is Derek. How can I help you today? Hi, Derek. I need to remove an authorized user from my credit card account. I can help you with that. Can I have the account number? I gave it to him. My hands were steady. My voice was calm. And which authorized user would you like to remove? Patricia Morgan, my mother. Okay, Ms. Madison, I've processed that removal. Is there anything else I can help you with today? Yes. I'd like to freeze the account, effective immediately. May I ask the reason for the freeze? Fraud prevention. It wasn't even a lie. I understand. The freeze will take effect within the hour. You'll receive a confirmation email. Perfect. Thank you, Derek. I hung up and sat on my couch, staring at my phone. The first domino had fallen. Now, I just had to wait. The call came at 2:37 p.m. Mom. I let it ring 4 times before answering. Madison, thank God! Her voice was panicked, shrill. Something's wrong with the bank. They rejected the venue payment. The final payment was due today, and they're saying the card was declined. Oh no, I said flatly. That's terrible. What do you mean, that's terrible? Madison, fix this. Call the bank. They made a mistake. It wasn't a mistake, Mom. I removed your authorization and froze the account. Silence. The kind of silence that feels like falling. You... what? I froze my credit card, the one that's in my name. The one that's supposed to be my financial responsibility. Not yours, and definitely not Lily's. Madison, you can't do this. The venue needs payment today or we lose the deposit. $15,000. That's unfortunate. Maybe you should have thought about that before telling me I'm not good enough for the wedding. What? No, that's not. Madison, you're being unreasonable. This is about Lily's special day, not your feelings. My feelings? Mom, I've paid for Lily's special days for 15 years. Her special graduation, her special college experience, her special trips and emergencies and lifestyle, and now her special wedding that I'm apparently too embarrassing to attend. That's not fair. James's family has certain expectations. I don't care about James's family's expectations. I care that you spent $47,000 on my credit card for a wedding you didn't even invite me to. Another silence. This one tasted like guilt. How did you... Madison, listen. We were going to tell you. When? When were you going to tell me? Before or after the wedding I'm not invited to? You're twisting this. We're family. Family helps each other. I laughed. Actually laughed. You're right, Mom. Family does help each other. But here's the thing. You and Lily stopped treating me like family a long time ago. You treated me like an ATM, and now the ATM is closed. Madison Elizabeth Morgan, you fix this right now. Your sister is getting married in 3 weeks. Then I suggest you figure out how to pay for it, without my credit card. I hung up. My phone immediately started buzzing, Mom calling back. I declined. She called again. Declined. Then the texts started. Mom, Madison, please, we can talk about this. Mom, you're being cruel. Mom, think about Lily. This is her dream wedding. Mom, how can you do this to your own sister? I turned my phone face down on the coffee table and went to take a nap. For the first time in 15 years, I slept like a baby. I woke up 4 hours later to 47 text messages, 23 from Mom, 17 from Lily, 7 from various aunts and cousins who'd apparently been recruited for the guilt campaign. I scrolled through them. They followed a pattern, first confusion, then anger, then bargaining, finally threats. Lily's messages were the most revealing. Lily, Madison, what the hell? Lily, Mom said you canceled the venue payment? Lily, are you insane? Lily, this is my wedding. Lily, James's family is going to think we're broke. Lily, you're ruining everything. Lily, I can't believe you're this selfish. Lily, after everything I've done for you. I stopped scrolling at that last one. Read it 3 times. After everything she'd done for me. The audacity was almost impressive. I didn't respond. Instead, I opened my laptop and started drafting emails. First email, to Magnolia Gardens wedding venue. Dear Events Manager, I'm writing regarding the wedding booking for Lily Morgan and James Carter, scheduled for June 14th. Please be advised that any charges associated with this event on credit card ending in 4782 are not authorized. I did not consent to this booking and request that all future charges be directed to an alternative payment method provided by the bride or groom. Thank you for your understanding. Best regards, Madison Morgan. Second email, to Bella Vista Catering Company. Same message, different name. Third email, to David Chen Photography. Fourth email, to Enchanted Florals. Fifth email, to Sweet Dreams Bakery. I went through every vendor I could find in the email confirmations Mom had forwarded to her account, the ones she'd foolishly set to auto-forward to me, so I could keep track of expenses. Every single vendor got an email explaining that Madison Morgan had not authorized these charges, and would not be responsible for payment. I hit send on the last one at 11:43 p.m., almost exactly 24 hours after I'd received that text telling me I wasn't wanted. Poetic, really. My phone rang at 7:15 a.m., unknown number. I answered on speaker while making coffee. Hello? Ms. Morgan? This is Jennifer from Magnolia Gardens. Yes? I'm calling about the wedding booking for Lily Morgan. We received your email, and I wanted to clarify the payment situation. We have a contract with Patricia Morgan and Lily Morgan, but all payments have been made on a credit card in your name. That's correct, and I'm informing you that I did not authorize those payments. I'm not the bride, I'm not the mother of the bride, and I'm not financially responsible for this wedding. See? The issue is that we're owed a final payment of $8,000 due today. If we don't receive payment, we'll have to release the venue. You should probably contact the people who actually booked the wedding then. We've tried. No one is answering. That sounds like a them problem, not a me problem. Ms. Morgan, I understand you're upset, but there are legal contracts involved here. You're right, and my name isn't on any of them. Have a great day, Jennifer. I hung up and took a long sip of coffee. It tasted like freedom. The next call came at 8:02 a.m. Bella Vista Catering. Then David Chen Photography at 8:34 a.m. Then The Florist at 9:15 a.m. Every conversation was the same. They'd received my email. They needed payment. They couldn't reach Mom or Lily. Could I please reconsider? No, I could not. By noon, my phone had 63 missed calls and 94 text messages. Lily had apparently had a full meltdown. According to the texts from various family members, Madison, Lily is in tears. How could you do this to her? She's having a panic attack. You're destroying her wedding. This is so cruel. Your father would be so disappointed. That last one was from Aunt Carol, Dad's sister. I actually responded to that one. Aunt Carol, Dad died paying for everyone else's dreams while neglecting his own health. I think he'd understand. She didn't text back. At 2 p.m., Lily showed up at my apartment. I knew it was her because she pounded on the door like police executing a search warrant. Madison, open this door! I was in my scrubs, about to leave for work. I opened the door but stood in the frame, blocking entry. Lily looked terrible. Mascara streaked down her face, hair in a messy ponytail, still wearing what looked like pajamas. Behind her, Mom stood wringing her hands. How could you? Lily's voice cracked. How could you do this to me? Do what, exactly? Ruin my wedding. The venue called. The caterer called. Everyone is calling saying they can't get payment and it's your fault. No, Lily, it's your fault. You charged $47,000 to my credit card without my knowledge or permission. That's called fraud. Fraud? I'm your sister. Sisters invite each other to weddings. Mom stepped forward. Madison, please. We can figure this out. Just unfreeze the card and we'll work out a payment plan. A payment plan? Like the payment plan for the $127,000 in college tuition I'm still paying off? Or the payment plan for the $42,000 in family support I gave over the years? Those payment plans? Lily's face twisted. I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask Dad to die. You chose to help me. Something cold and sharp settled in my chest. You're right. I did choose to help you. I chose to sacrifice my education, my career, my relationships, my entire 20s so you could have everything, and you thanked me by telling me I don't have anything appropriate to wear to your wedding. That's not... I didn't mean... You meant it. You absolutely meant it. And you know what? It's fine. You made your choice. You chose James' family status over your own sister. Now live with that choice. Madison, please. Lily was full on sobbing now. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Just please help me. The wedding is in 3 weeks. Everything is falling apart. I looked at my sister. Really looked at her. 24 years old, beautiful, crying like her world was ending because her luxury wedding was in jeopardy. 3 years ago, she'd watched me cry in a parking lot because I couldn't afford new tires and couldn't get to work. She'd borrowed my car that day and never offered to help with the tires. "I have to go to work," I said. "I suggest you call James's parents. They have money. I'm sure they'd love to help with their son's wedding." "They won't. They said it's the bride's family's responsibility." "Then I guess you should have been nicer to your family." I closed the door, locked it, listened to Lily scream and pound for another 5 minutes before she finally left. I went to work, checked vitals, updated charts, held tissues for patients, did my job, and for the first time in 15 years, I didn't feel guilty about putting myself first. That evening, I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. "Madison, this is Linda. Your dad's sister. I heard about what's happening. I want you to know. Your dad would be proud of you for finally standing up for yourself. He always worried that everyone took advantage of your kindness. I'm here if you need anything. Love you." I cried reading that text. But they were good tears, the kind that wash things clean. The next morning, I woke up to discover that Lily had made a critical mistake. She'd created a family group chat, not just Mom and me, the entire extended family. Aunts, uncles, cousins, even Grandma Helen, who barely knew how to use her phone. The chat was called Family Emergency. Please read. I made coffee and settled in to watch the show. Lily's message was long, dramatic, and completely one-sided. "Everyone needs to know what Madison did. She canceled my wedding venues because she's jealous I found happiness. She's always been jealous of me. She can't stand seeing me succeed. Now my wedding is ruined and it's all her fault. Please talk to her. Make her understand how cruel she's being. This is the most important day of my life and my own sister is destroying it." I sipped my coffee, watched the dots appear as people started typing. Cousin Michelle. "What? Madison did what?" Uncle Tom. "This doesn't sound like Madison." Aunt Carol. "There must be more to this story." Mom jumped in. "Madison froze her credit card and canceled all the wedding payments. She's being unreasonable. We need her to fix this." I watched them all scramble to understand. Watched people take sides without knowing the facts. Then I did something I'd never done before. I fought back. I opened my banking app and started taking screenshots. 15 years of receipts. 15 years of proof. First screenshot. Bank transfer history. Lily Morgan, tuition payment, $8,500. September 2016. Lily Morgan, housing deposit $2,000. September 2016. Lily Morgan, textbooks $847. September 2016. I scrolled through years of transfers, posted them one by one in the chat. Lily Morgan, spring break emergency $800. Lily Morgan, laptop $1,200. Lily Morgan, credit card, bill $2,500. Lily Morgan, sorority dues $650. The chat went silent. I kept posting. Total tuition payments $127,000. Total emergency transfers $42,000. Grand total $169,000 over 8 years. Then I posted the wedding expenses. Screenshot of my credit card statement with vendor names highlighted, Magnolia Gardens. Wedding venue, $15,000 Bella Vista. Catering, $25,000 David Chin. Photography, $8,000 Enchanted Florals, $12,000 Sweet Dreams. Bakery, $4,500. Total wedding expenses charged to my credit card without my knowledge, $47,000. The chat exploded. Aunt Linda, "Patricia, you used Madison's credit card without permission?" Uncle Tom, "That's $47,000? For one wedding?" Cousin Jamie, "Wait, Madison paid for Lily's entire college?" Grandma Helen, "I'm confused. Madison, did you know about this?" I typed slowly, choosing my words carefully. "No, Grandma. I didn't know Mom was charging all the wedding expenses to my card. I gave permission for the venue deposit only. I found out about the rest when I checked my statement. By then it was $47,000. Then I posted the screenshots that really mattered, the text messages. Mom, Madison, Lily, and I have discussed this. James's family wants the wedding to be formal and selective. They're only inviting people who fit their circle. You understand, don't you? Lily, don't take it personally, sis. It's James's family's decision. They want to keep the wedding intimate. Besides, you probably don't have anything appropriate to wear anyway. The emoji. That stupid emoji was right there for everyone to see. The chat went dead silent for a full minute. Then Aunt Linda started typing. Her message was long. I need everyone to know something. When my brother died, Madison was 16 years old. 16. She got 2 jobs to keep the family afloat. She paid the mortgage. She paid for groceries. She raised Lily while Patricia was struggling with depression. I watched this child sacrifice her entire youth for her family. Madison had a full scholarship to State University. She turned it down to take care of you all. She's been working 60-hour weeks for 15 years, paying for everyone else's dreams, while her own got smaller and smaller. And now you're telling me that after she paid $169,000 for Lily's life and $47,000 for her wedding, she was told she's not good enough to attend, that she doesn't have anything appropriate to wear? Are you people out of your minds? Uncle Tom: Linda's right. This is insane. Cousin Michelle: I had no idea Madison paid for everything. Cousin Jamie: Lily, that text message is cold. Nothing appropriate to wear? Seriously? Grandma Helen: Patricia, I'm very disappointed in you. Mom tried to defend herself. You don't understand. James's family has certain expectations. We were trying to make a good impression. Aunt Linda: by excluding the person who made the wedding financially possible? By biting the hand that literally fed you for 15 years? Lily finally spoke up. It wasn't like that. Madison is making it sound worse than it was. I was just trying to make James's parents comfortable. I posted one more screenshot. My response to Mom's text: so you chose status over blood? And Lily's reply from earlier that morning: after everything I've done for you. Aunt Linda: after everything you've done for her? Lily: are you serious right now? The family turned on them like a wave. People I hadn't heard from in years suddenly had opinions. Cousins who'd never taken sides before were taking mine. Even Mom's own sister jumped in. Aunt Sharon: Patricia, this is appalling. That girl gave up her entire life for you, and you repay her like this? The tide had completely shifted, but the real bombshell came from an unexpected source. A message from someone labeled James Carter appeared in the chat. This is James's brother, Ryan. Madison, I got added to this chat somehow, and I've been reading everything. I need you to know, my parents aren't the villains here. They never said Madison couldn't come to the wedding. That was Lily's decision. She told our parents that you had a work conflict and couldn't attend. She's been lying to everyone. The chat erupted. I stared at my phone in shock. Lily had lied to James' family? She'd invented the whole story about them not wanting me there? Ryan continued: I'm sorry this happened to you. For what it's worth, my parents are horrified by what they're reading. They had no idea Lily excluded her own sister, especially after everything you did for her. They're questioning everything about this wedding now. Mom: Ryan, this is a family matter. Ryan: respectfully, Mrs. Morgan, when my brother marries into a family, their character becomes my business. And what I'm seeing here is deeply concerning. Lily started typing frantically. Ryan, this is all a misunderstanding. Madison is twisting everything. I didn't lie. I just simplified. Aunt Linda: simplified? You told your sister she had nothing appropriate to wear and then charged $47,000 to her credit card. What part of that is simplified? I watched it unfold like a car crash. Messy. Brutal. Honest. My phone started ringing. Lily: I declined the call. She called again. Declined. Then Mom called. Declined. Then Lily showed up at my workplace. Security called me from the ER entrance. Ms. Morgan, there's a young woman here insisting she needs to see you. She's pretty upset. Says she's your sister? Tell her I'm with a patient and can't come down. She says it's an emergency. It's not. If she doesn't leave, please escort her out. I heard Lily's voice in the background, shrill and desperate. Madison! Madison! Please, I need to talk to you. We'll handle it, Ms. Morgan. 20 minutes later, I got a text from hospital administration. Madison, we had to ask your sister to leave the premises. She was disrupting the ER. Please let us know if this becomes a pattern. We may need to file a restraining order. A restraining order? Against my own sister? How did we get here? That evening, sitting in my apartment with takeout Thai food, I finally read through all the family messages I'd been ignoring. The family had fractured cleanly down the middle. Team Madison, Aunt Linda, Aunt Sharon, Uncle Tom, Cousin Michelle, Cousin Jamie, Grandma Helen, and surprisingly, several of Mom's friends from church who'd apparently been added to the chat. Team Lily. Mom, two of Mom's cousins I barely knew, and that was pretty much it. The neutral parties had stopped commenting altogether, but the damage was done. The truth was out. Aunt Linda sent me a private message. Your dad would be so proud of you right now. He always said you were the strongest person he knew. He worried that people would take advantage of that strength. Looks like he was right to worry. But he'd be proud that you finally stood up for yourself. I know I am. Love you, sweetheart. I cried reading that. Real, ugly crying. The kind where you can't catch your breath. Not because I was sad, because for the first time in 15 years, someone in my family saw me. Really saw me. The next few days were chaos. Wednesday morning, the wedding venue officially released Lily's date. Someone else booked it within hours. Wednesday afternoon, the caterer canceled the contract. No payment, no service. Wednesday evening, the photographer sent a formal cancellation notice. By Thursday, Lily had lost almost every vendor. I knew this because Mom kept calling, leaving increasingly desperate voicemails. Madison, please, the venue is gone. We can't find another one. Everything in our budget is booked. Please, just talk to Lily. She's having a breakdown. Madison, the caterer won't work with us anymore. We're trying to find alternatives, but everything is so expensive. Can you please reconsider helping? Madison, Lily hasn't eaten in 2 days. She's just crying in her room. This is killing her. Is this really what you want? I deleted the voicemails without listening to the end. Friday morning, I got a text from Ryan, James's brother. Madison, I thought you should know. My parents sat down with James and Lily last night. They're not happy with how this was handled. They're questioning whether Lily is ready for marriage if she can't treat her own family with respect. James is in damage control mode. Honestly, I think the wedding might not happen at all. Just thought you should know. I read that message 3 times. The wedding might not happen. Not because of me canceling payments, because James's family was seeing Lily's true character. I should have felt victorious, vindicated. Instead, I just felt tired. Saturday was my day off. I slept until noon, ordered pizza, and watched trashy reality TV. Tried not to think about anything wedding-related. My phone buzzed at 3 p.m. Email notification. From Lily Morgan. Subject, please read this. I stared at the subject line for a full minute before opening it. Madison, I've had time to think. I've had time to sit with what I did, and I need you to know I was wrong. I was so focused on impressing James's family that I forgot who actually loved me. You were always there. You paid for my education. You covered my emergencies. You gave up your dreams so I could have mine. And I repaid you by telling you that you didn't have anything appropriate to wear. I repaid you by excluding you from the most important day of my life. I repaid you by charging tens of thousands of dollars to your credit card without permission. I don't have an excuse. I was selfish. I was cruel. I was everything Dad would have been ashamed of. The wedding is falling apart. The venue is gone. Most of the vendors canceled. James's family is questioning everything. His parents asked him if he's sure he wants to marry someone who treats family this way. I'm not writing to ask you to fix it. I know I don't deserve that. I'm writing to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for taking you for granted. I'm sorry for treating you like an ATM instead of a sister. I'm sorry for being ashamed of you when I should have been proud. You're the strongest, most selfless person I know, and I threw that away for people who only care about appearances. I don't expect you to forgive me. I just need you to know that I finally see what I did, and I'm so, so sorry. I love you. I know I haven't shown it, but I do. Lily. I read the email twice. Then I closed my laptop and went for a walk. The apology was nice. It sounded genuine. Maybe it even was genuine, but it didn't change anything. 15 years of being taken for granted doesn't disappear with one apology email. 15 years of being treated like I was disposable doesn't heal because someone finally feels bad about it. I thought about Dad, what he would say if he were here. He'd probably tell me to forgive her. Family is family, he'd say. Blood is thicker than water. But Dad also worked himself to death trying to please everyone else. He had a heart attack at 42 because he carried everyone's stress, never took care of himself, never said no. I didn't want to end up like Dad. I wanted to end up like me. The version of me that could say no, the version that set boundaries, the version that understood that loving yourself isn't selfish, it's survival. I got home from my walk and sent a reply. Lily, I appreciate your apology. I really do. But an apology doesn't undo 15 years of being taken for granted, or the humiliation of being told I wasn't good enough for your wedding. I've learned that family isn't about who shares your blood, it's about who shows up for you. You didn't show up for me. Mom didn't show up for me. I'm not angry anymore. I'm just done. I choose peace over people who only value me when they need something. I wish you well, but from a distance. Madison. I hit send and blocked her email address. Then I blocked Mom's number. Then I left the family group chat. The silence that followed was beautiful. 3 weeks later, I heard through Aunt Linda that the wedding happened, but barely. Community center instead of Magnolia Gardens. Costco platters instead of gourmet catering. Someone's cousin with an iPhone instead of professional photography. 67 guests instead of the planned 150. James' parents left early. His siblings made jokes about rustic charm. Lily cried in the bathroom for an hour. The honeymoon was canceled. No money. According to Aunt Linda, the marriage was already strained. James's family never let them forget the disaster wedding. Every family dinner included some passive-aggressive comment about that unfortunate situation. Lily tried calling me twice more. I didn't answer. She sent letters to my apartment. I returned them unopened. Mom tried to visit. I told my building manager I wasn't accepting visitors from her. I started therapy. Found a support group for people who'd cut contact with toxic family members. Turns out there are a lot of us. 27% of Americans, according to the statistics. I wasn't alone. I wasn't cruel. I was just finally choosing myself. At work, I got a promotion. Senior medical assistant with a 20% raise. My supervisor said I'd been passed over before because I always seemed distracted, stretched too thin. But lately, she said, you seem lighter, more focused. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. I moved to a better apartment. 1 bedroom with actual closet space and a dishwasher. Got a cat named Luna who sits on my lap while I watch TV. Started dating someone I met at a hospital charity event. Someone who asks about my day and actually listens to the answer. Someone who insists on splitting bills because relationships are partnerships, not bank accounts. Someone who, when I told him about my family situation, said, "You're not responsible for fixing people who broke themselves." 6 months after the wedding, I ran into Lily at Target. She was in the cleaning supplies aisle, looking exhausted. No makeup, hair in a messy bun. Wearing clothes I recognized from years ago. She saw me, froze. Her eyes filled with tears. "Madison," she whispered. I nodded. "Lily, how are you?" "I'm good. Really good, actually." She looked at my shopping cart. Fresh flowers, expensive cheese, wine. The cart of someone who's finally living for themselves. "That's good," she said quietly. "You look happy." "I am." Silence stretched between us. Years of history, years of resentment, years of one-sided sacrifice. "I'm sorry," she said again. "I know I've said it before, but I mean it. I'm so sorry." "I know you are." Can we get coffee sometime? Talk?" I looked at my little sister, 24 years old, lost, struggling, finally understanding what it's like to not have a safety net. Part of me wanted to say yes, wanted to fall back into the old pattern, wanted to fix everything like I always did. But I didn't. "I don't think that's a good idea, Lily. Please, I miss you." "You miss what I did for you. There's a difference." Her face crumpled. "That's not fair." "Maybe not, but it's true." I pushed my cart past her, didn't look back. That night, I texted Aunt Linda about the encounter. She replied immediately. How do you feel? Sad, but free. That's growth, sweetheart. Your dad would be proud. I think he would be too. I think he'd understand that sometimes loving yourself means letting go of people who only love what you can give them. I think he'd understand that walking away isn't cruelty. It's survival. 1 year after the wedding that I wasn't invited to, I got a voicemail from Mom. I almost deleted it without listening, but something made me press play. Madison. Her voice was small, broken. I know you don't want to talk to me. I understand why. But I need you to know something. I've been going to therapy. Dr. Richards says I enabled Lily's behavior, that I took advantage of your kindness, that I treated you like a parent instead of a daughter. She's right. About all of it. I spent 15 years letting you carry weight that wasn't yours to carry. I let Lily take advantage of you because it was easier than holding her accountable. I chose her feelings over yours every single time, and I lost you because of it. I don't expect forgiveness. I don't expect you to call back. I just need you to know that I see it now. I see what I did. And I'm so sorry. You deserved better from me. You deserved better from all of us. I love you, Madison. I know I didn't show it, but I do. The voicemail ended. I saved it, didn't delete it, but didn't call back either. Maybe someday I would. Maybe someday the wound would heal enough to let them back in, even just a little. But not today. Today, I had coffee with friends who actually showed up for me. Today, I went to a concert with my boyfriend who bought tickets because I mentioned once that I liked the band. Today, I lived my life for me. And you know what? It felt amazing. If you've ever had to set boundaries with family, drop a comment. You're not alone. You're not cruel. You're just finally choosing yourself. And that's not revenge. That's healing.